Hi everybody, this is Monifa from The Watering Hole. It's kind of befitting that I am in the car, running a little late right now, and about to make this video for you guys. The reason why is I work on a job, I work for myself, and I'm a poet, and I'm a parent. So today's tips from me are 5 tips for poeting while parenting. It's a part of the Watering Hole's 12 days of Givemas. Tanisha made that stick. We're going to do that again next year. I'm so excited. Anyway, we're doing 5 days of Givemas, and each day what we're going to do is we are going to be building a tips for you, and at the same time asking that you watch them, maybe you help out, add some tips to it, and then if you get a moment, give to the Watering Hole, because we need it. We need you. We need you to be the best that you can be and to help us out, you know? So here we go. 5 tips for poeting while parenting. I have a 25-year-old, twins that are 10, an 8-year-old, and a 2-year-old granddaughter. And they're all female. Poeting while parenting is very important to me. So, let's start. Number 1, be sure this is what you want to do. Being an artist is a very hard decision, and sometimes it might be something that we like to do, or it's a hobby, or it's something that we do every once in a while. But if being a poet or being an artist is what you really want to do, if it's what wakes you up in the morning, if it's what makes you jump out of bed and get pen and paper to write something because the poem is waking you up, and not only are you a poet, but you want to be heard by the public, because this is private poetry and public poetry. So if you want to do this professionally and make a paycheck from it, or sustain yourself from it, make sure that this is what you want to do. That's the first tip. Number 2, gather your friends. The ones that absolutely love you, the ones that love to go to the open mics with you, the ones that love your pieces, the ones that absolutely are supportive in your dream. Gather them and tell them the truth about what it is that you need as a parent, because you may need them to help. You may need them to pick a child up. You may need them to come over to your house while you go and get on a set and leave. You might need them to just, be there for you in ways that others can't. Number 3, develop a strong armor. Your armor got to be strong to deal with the naysayers. Sometimes that is family, and sometimes that is people who you kind of call your friends. You got to develop a strong armor against people who will think that you might not be the best parent in the world because you decided to pursue your dream and parent. A lot is going to come. Be prepared for it, and know that if this is your dream, and if this is something that you cannot do without, it must have been sent by somebody, because anything else we can let go of. The things that we can't let go of, if they're not causing harm to our body or our spirit, they're here for a reason. So make sure you have a strong armor. So that is, make sure this is what you want to do. Make sure you got a good, strong friend bond, and people that support you that will help you, and develop a strong armor, because you're going to hear some critics about your parenting style because you're an artist and a parent. Number 4 is prepare. There's nothing else you can do besides prepare, because you never know when that thing is going to happen, when that good thing is going to happen to your life and to your poetry world. And you want to make sure that you are prepared to receive it when it comes. And number 5, and when I say number 5, I mean this is kind of number 5, and it'll spill into your bonus. And that is You are not allowed to blame your children as to why you are not reaching your potential. So I'm not prepared to go to this poetry thing because my children were crazy when they got home from school. No, I'm just not going. I'm choosing not to go, because that way your children don't become the blame for if you do not make it in your own terms towards your poetry or your artistry. You're not allowed to blame your children or your parenting on anything you have to do. It's literally be all right with your decisions. If you don't go to an open mic, or you don't go to 2 or 3 open mics, I just didn't go. And it becomes a thing where we can say, oh, well, you know, I got this parenting thing, and I've done it. We all have done it. I want you to understand that if we all have done it, then it must be something that happens that comes to our minds. And that's not us. Be clear about the fact that if you can't do something, it's really your individual choice, because we are all individuals. Even the children that we are raising are individuals. And we have to know and be responsible for what it is that we're deciding to do. I have a bonus. The bonus is you are not allowed to quit. Your children are watching you. And if what is better than your children being able to watch you pursue and succeed at your dreams? So you are not allowed to quit. There's no crying in poetry. Well, there's a lot of crying in poetry for real, but there's no crying in poetry. There's no crying in the creative poetry. There's no crying in entrepreneurship. And that's actually what you are as an entrepreneur. Don't forget that. Be well. Love on your children. Foster their creativity. Show them something that they'll never be able to explain to their friends, but they'll always be able to mimic and do. Leave a legacy. That's my 5 tips. If you have any tips about poeting while parenting, please put them down in the comments. And remember, we, the Watering Hole, love you, and we hope that you love us back. Right now, we're doing 12 days of Givemas, and we would love it if you would consider giving to us here in this holiday season. www.twhpoetry.org. Don't forget to click the donate button. Bye-bye.